welcome back to my channel and Tina's Kitchen, where today I woke up to a little bit of gloom, which has slowly dissipated. The sun is shining through, but I'm still in the mood to make what I had anticipated on making today, which is a very loaded, hearty chicken noodle soup. Now, I love this soup because I know flu season is unfortunately around the corner, and we do have, all these viruses out there that are going to need, you to have your immunity, have a strong base to fight off these unnecessary viruses we have out there right now. So with that said, I wanted to make this from scratch, which I normally like to do, and it's Sunday, so we have time, so we're just gonna make it all from scratch today. But you are welcome to use chicken broth, to speed up the process. I had some frozen chicken breast in the freezer, which I've thawed out and ready to use today. We are going to use carrots, celery. We're going to need an onion because the base of our soup is going to be an onion saute. We also have potatoes, which we'll finely dice. The type of noodle I like to use is actually these really thin spaghettis from Trader Joe's. They're called capellini, and I just find it so cute and delicate in the soup. Of course, I like to have my food pretty. So I like to, chop them up into smaller pieces, and we'll throw them in there. And then our onion saute is also going to have a little bit of color with some tomato paste. We're gonna use oil. And at the end, I like to bring in a little bit of cilantro just for that beautiful color, and it just adds this authentic flavor to it. And some of the spices you're gonna need are very simple. We have our paprika, salt, pepper, and I am gonna use a little bit of granulated garlic. So without further ado, please grab all your ingredients together and join me in the kitchen to make some hearty, homemade, from scratch chicken noodle soup. All right, so before we get any of our chopping done, I really want to get my chicken going. I want to prepare the broth, and we want to cook our chicken, and I will be using a pressure cooker today only because, although it's Sunday, we have all the time in the world, I still want to, maintain a little bit of efficiency and productiveness and make this as quick as possible. So with that said, I'll be using this pressure cooker to cook my chicken, which we'll go ahead and add in. I'm using about 3 pieces. They're not that big, but they'll do. And then I do like to add in a little bit of oil just to tenderize the chicken while it cooks and give our broth that really delicious flavor. And I have some onions here. I'm gonna mix in red and white because I just had it in the fridge, pre-cut. And I normally don't do this, but I'm gonna go in and throw in a little bit of the cilantro, added flavor. And just gonna put in a little bit of pepper and some salt. You know what, let's just throw in a little bit of garlic too, and some paprika. Our broth is gonna be very tasty. So I'll move this over to the stove. It'll take about 10, there's a lot of water in here, so it might take a little bit longer. So once the steam is starting to shoot out, that's an indication that it's ready. I'm not gonna double cook it only because we're gonna use this to pour into our base and cook it over again. So I'm not worried that we're not gonna get flavor. We will definitely get it. So let's move this over to the stove, and I'll meet you right back to chop all those vegetables. Okay, so let's begin with our onions first. Finely chop them and prepare them for the saute. right, so now while our soup is cooking, we want to prep our noodles. I do want to mention you can use any type of noodle you want. You can use risotto, you can use rice. For today, because I had these and I've used them before and I've really, liked the texture, I'm going to use these today. But I do want to make them a little bit smaller in size because they are too long. So what we'll do is we'll just take a few out of the bag and just chop them. I will need a bigger knife. That will work. Yeah, knife isn't working. We're gonna break them. Let's break them. Oh yeah, much easier. Okay. I'm breaking these into 4s, so if you wanted to get an estimate. There we go. Just one more pack and we'll be fine. Oh, it's a little messy, but it's okay. They are worth it, trust me. They turn out so cute in your dish. Okay. So this is the size you want to get. Next thing we want to do is chop our cilantro, our fresh cilantro, in preparation of topping off onto the dish once it is nice and ready. You can put it in early, that will enhance the flavor, which I tend to do because it cooks longer with the cilantro in there. And some people prefer it just at the very end, almost like a garnish and just a hint of flavor. So let's just chop this. Just about ready to put in our potatoes. Now, I save the potatoes towards the end so we get that boil, and I'll throw those in, and at the same time I'll prepare to take the chicken out and shred it just so it is enveloped within the whole dish as opposed to larger pieces.